So I think it's to look at what your current requirements are in terms of where you want to go, how you want to grow people as a first point. When you do employed individuals versus unemployed, let's use learnerships as an example. A benefit to organizations is when a staff member goes through a learnership training and from the date of learnership in your financial year, you can recognize their salary as part of skills development. Now, again, this doesn't mean go and put a C-class or your very top tier on a NQF that's lower than they already have. So just an example, an NQF 3, when they already have an 8 or a 7. Now, saying that, I would suggest a hybrid where you're also looking outside your business on possibly doing skills development for individuals or youth that are coming into your industry. So I think it is important that you as an industry want to support that particular industry, because it all goes back to, again, potential and opportunities for job creation when you're helping external people with skills. So to answer the question, high level, I think it depends on what the organization needs. Consider the benefits of the employee side, and that's from a growth and development perspective. But on the assisting external individuals, consider how they fit into your sector, what the business needs are. And again, I think the idea is to ensure that they get the best opportunity possible to enter the market or your company. I think whenever there's a shortage on resources, you want to be able to determine what your main levers are that will really make a big impact, and that becomes your focus area. What we find is, so maybe just to elaborate where we see that specifically, is a company, for example, that was under 10 million only has to do a BE affidavit. So they're not used to going through the whole BE scorecard. The moment you go over the 10 million mark, and yes, there's certain other rules that go with it that make it a little more complicated, but just high level, is they then have to undergo a scorecard, which exactly is what you raised now, where they still qualify as an SME, but your business runs more or less the same. You've got the same number of staffing, but now you've got this extra BE component that adds red tape on how to handle it. When you are in those positions, again, I think it's important, if it's not your field of expertise, to reach out to experts and identify what the main levers are, and that become the focus areas, and also see how much can be outsourced by the consultants or extra hands when needed. So I think it's first to identify means of knowing when there's changes, and that again will be the experts and the ABP board that we mentioned, news articles. So I think the first part is to really keep your eye on how legislation is changing, and the moment anything's seen, even if it's in draft format, start scenario analysis early, so you know exactly how that impacts your business and the steps that you've got to implement to basically rectify. You ideally, with any strategy, you want to build some degree of adaptability while also not crushing the initiatives that you currently implement. Okay, I think it just comes down to, again, that you want to really start early with anything that you're doing in the financial year, so that you're not left short on time, where again, you lose the impact of really getting the benefit of these transactions if it's a knee-jerk reaction. The second would be to explore the options that you currently do, while keeping your eyes on legislation changes, and making sure that the options you are implementing have the best effect. And the third one is what you raised earlier, is I would say the inclusion aspect, and finding out, again, with the initiatives that you currently implement, is it possible to assist a wider audience of individuals or spectrum of individuals to really drive the transformation goals. Five to 10 years, I'd say that we'd still have transformation in some way or form. My opinion would be that it would become maybe not always more stringent in terms of targets, but definitely the industry is maturing, meaning that they are also finding out and refining what works and doesn't work. In order to prepare for it, I think again that comes down to consultations, reviewing what you currently do on a continuous basis, and also again just making sure that whenever something is popping up, whether it's a definite or not definite, do scenario planning so that you again can start implementing strategies and seeing how that will impact you going forward, so you're not caught off guard. I think specifically just looking at the YES program, I think sometimes it is seen as another box to achieve levels, but I think what really stands out to me is, especially you mentioned supplier development. YES entails requiring individuals to be given an opportunity for employment. It works off targets on either your profit, how many staff you got, and in considering that, taking those number of individuals that you got to give the employment to, that doesn't have to be hosted with yourself, and placing them potentially with a smaller organization, like you said, that is battling with resources, etc. That way, you're giving individuals an opportunity for experience, helping a company, and possibly also creating, again, an angle for a higher chance of absorption and permanent employment. So I think if used correctly, it has a lot of potential for really assisting companies.